Hello and welcome to my personal version of Revelwood. At this place there should have been a video of my second solo blind run through the Hollow Holes dungeon of Revelwood. But this doesn't come into being. I ran into a nearly quest-breaking bug that took me much too long time to solve. I had to return home in between and my run was broken. Say goodbye for now, and I am returning home. Thus I have decided to make this into a review of the dungeon. It takes some time to find the dungeon, whether you fly down like I did or whether you walk by foot. It was 20 minutes for me. What do you find there? What are you confronted with? They are much too long hallways with no hints where to go, or they are just empty. So I'll first check this door. There's another door. I'm not sure to where. I'll just check the other side. Then it was rinse and repeat. Skeletons, more skeletons, even more skeletons. Not at a high level, not what I expected after the first dungeon. Most of them they are easy to do. It was just repetitive and boring. You are confronted with heaps of poisonous spitting flowers. With masses of rats and spiders and bats. More is not always better. There is a super easy jumping puzzle, it might not even call puzzle, to pass the first barrier. So this means getting over there and then jumping over there. Then there comes a parkour session with fireballs. This is very unimaginative. It is just testing out how nimble you are with your fingers on the keyboard, with a death penalty if you're not. That's all. And then there was the other barrier with masses of skeletons. And you have to kill a certain number of them to pass the barrier. I killed the needed number and the barrier didn't open. I killed more. I spent a lot of time to have them respawn. I left the place. I returned. I hoped it would reset. It didn't. I simply couldn't pass the barrier. Now only one. Try to find out how I can solve this problem of the missing enemy. There are no more guys and the barrier is still broken. I died, in fact, because I tried to hit those symbols with jumping, because I thought perhaps it's only picked up when I jump, but this didn't work either. So I say goodbye for now, and I am returning home. In the end, I jumped over from the other switch to reach the switch that was behind the barrier. But this is not the way to solve this. It should be done the correct way. I doubt that it's allowed to fly over. Probably not. I will try, but you see? Yes. So I managed to get over the bug and do it that way. You see, the barrier is still closed. Or so I killed enough enemies, it's still closed. And then there came this big room with all the mud on the floor and the huge amount of spiders and rats if you enter the side holes. Oh, first checking the side pass. Now, I do like exploring, but I don't like to be forced to have to look into really every hole to find what I am looking for. This is just an unnecessary extension of lengths to pass through this dungeon. It took me 20 minutes. I know of players who needed 1 hour to pass this section. And it's not funny, it's not intelligent, it's just running around, being attacked by the rats, forcing your way through the spiders, climbing up at some small location. Nothing that's interesting. Currently my impression is that this dungeon is a little bit too much running. Just hunting and having no hints where you should look, that's not what I like. That's simply boring. No better word. It's boring. And if you pass that barrier and have gone through all that, then there come the slides. The slides again would be funny, but the way they are done, at first you don't recognize which material is the toxic one and which is safe to go. So you will be hurt, you might die, because you very fast lose stamina and health and you don't know why, and thus you have to retry. And the spawn point is very far away, so running through the hallways again, trying again, finding out, perhaps being successful. Ah! You move up there and you have to take rest and move, and you have to have enough stamina for the move, and there's a huge amount of spiders together. Then there's the next slide. Like it happened to me, you might be surprised by the hole in the floor and miss the jump, and I died. I wanted to retrieve my body and my loot, but I couldn't, because my corpse had been placed on the slide, and it is not possible to stop there without dying again. It took me several runs to just give up and forget about all that I had looted and just do the jump over the holes and get down. I touched the material. I made it. This time I made it. Perfect. Then you are nearing the boss fight and you are expecting something big. No. I died once because I didn't know of the moves and mechanics of the boss. But in fact I didn't die to the boss. I made a mistake, I jumped into the toxic material and I was killed by his minions, by the skeletons. Yeah. The boss itself was no problem at all. So I entered the second time, I decided to go range combat and the boss was down in 70 seconds. That is not a challenge at all. Due to the bug and my efforts to get over the bug, and due to running back to the slides trying to retrieve my corpse, I spent 3 hours in this dungeon to do a 70 seconds boss fight. That is not okay. Swing again. A good dungeon should be a combination of intelligent puzzles and of sensible combat. Combat where you can use different tactics. But this dungeon is just needless prolongations by long runs, long ways from the respawn points, and masses of enemies being thrown at you repetitively. And combat cannot be done sophisticated in this dungeon. It is all hack and slash, or jump over if you are on a speed run. After doing the first dungeon, the second one was a big disappointment. The only good thing about it was the architecture. Great. You might be of a different opinion, perhaps you liked it, but I have read enough postings of other players who were frustrated as well. And I think the devs will have to rethink the way how this dungeon is constructed. I will go on with the challenge and with the quests. I will do the other dungeons too, and I can only hope that they will be better than this one. But I hope you will stay on, and perhaps my next adventure will be better. Goodbye and see you.